controlling him, I guess. But
I think you had to go kind of a range core, right, to deal with Viper Grimstroke as a lane, because I'm back to, oh no, it is going to be 9.
Okay.
He's going to be playing the mid Grimstroke.
I'm just so afraid for him in this game. Like, he's just going to get ran at. Like, you know how easy it is to dive a core Grimstroke with a Prophet and Ember and then, like, one support converging? He will die.
That's why you got to make moves first. You're putting the Viper out there, the Wraith King out there. You've got 2 frontlining cores between your side lanes. You've got a 4 position that starts fights for you as the Earth Spirit. Nine's just got to be careful with his positioning. I mean, so does the Drow. Drow has to be careful with her positioning too.
Final thoughts on the draft, Purge?
Yeah, I think I like the OG one better, but I think Wraith King was a solid pick and something that they need.
All right.
They have a shot.
They have a shot. That is what we like to hear. Thank you so much, Purge. Kyle, do they indeed have a shot? Do you agree with Kevin here?
I mean, they do. We saw what Wraith King can do with a hell of a lot of farm. It's just they have to deal with the tempo. OG had to play a little slow in the previous game. They were way too much invested in the wombo combo. This game, it's just tempo. Like you're gonna watch both supports converge. The 5-minute catapult, they need to make sure no towers die and that they don't lose more than a hero or 2. And OG is just gonna look to press all game.
So you gotta go OG?
I think so, yeah.
What needs to happen for you to think Grimstroke is a good mid?
No, don't give me that, Shiva. I know what the softball is. She's like, I don't want everybody going OG. Listen, Tundra, all right? Here's the thing. Okay, everyone's going to be like, you guys are good, but your lineup's okay, but. No buts here, baby. Let's go. Take down OG.
All right. Well, let's see if they can. It is game 3. Who's going to take the series? Let's find out with Odie Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, so folks, we have OG going for a definitely more standard draft when it comes to expected heroes and strengths to be had in this patch. But at the same time, some solid stuff from Tundra, ending their lineup with the big old Wraith King for Skeeter. And we did see Skeeter pull off an incredible carry performance in that last game. Can he do it again here?
I think he really has some big shoes to fill in this one. This looks really challenging for just a Wraith King. I think just like Kyle's saying, I think if they start to fall behind by any means with the 4 that are going to be mostly fighting, I'm quite concerned, especially because the fact is it's the Grimstroke versus the Nature's Prophet core because how much they can dive in, but it's also Grimstroke into Nyx. You just pick this super squishy int hero mid versus a Nyx assassin who can just walk in and carapace your spells. All of your spells are extremely easy to read and get carapace. So that's probably my biggest concern, and just the physical damage that's coming out from OG is extremely high with their tri-core. They're going to be killing these squishies very easily. So I think really up to Tundra to get a good start. They're just fragile. 5 fragile heroes.
More specifically, just sort of the overall physical output, the fact that Seb Prophet is his best hero right now. You know, you're really letting yourself in for a challenge if you're letting Seb get the Prophet again.
Yeah, and I specifically there did say 5 squishy heroes because Wraith King, he takes some time in the lane. He gets punched, especially by Nature's Prophet. So these treants, the right click, it's really problematic for a hero.
Gonna see around the runes, Fodder. Gone on a bit. The damage to kill him, they certainly did.
My eyes.
As OG starts 3 of the 4 bounty runes and the first blood.
And they're starting with a tri-lane bottom with, I mean, look how many boots. Okay, so boots on the Viper, boots on the Nyx Assassin, boots on the Undying, and boots on the Earth Spirit. So a lane of boots. Really gonna just own this off lane. I feel like Viper, when he gets put up against the heroes like this, so he's gonna put down the Nether Toxin to at least push the lane in, but might just get set up and killed on when they do surround him, as they're doing so already.
I think they're gonna try for it. 33. Trying to run, I mean, yeah, he knows. He can't escape. The Saxon doesn't even need to use his stuff.
Amateur.
Immediately, Viper's gonna have to start pulling the waves to reset the positioning of it. Mid one is not gonna actually tank the wave. He's gonna pull it under the tower, so this should prove to be successful for Viper.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Walking right through him.
We'll have his range creep left behind, so no tail's gonna be denying that.
He's actually gonna be able to meet the waves, I think, here. It's gonna be close to the range creep attack. That's gonna make this Viper's life quite miserable. Taking a look at the other lanes, I think we already know, like Wraith King, with the backup of the Witch Doctor, maybe with the heal, if they do go for it, could look to actually just sustain through it. I think he's still going to get pressured a bit. Looking at mid, this is the win, right? 9 should have a pretty damn good time versus the Ember Spirit in mid. Not to say Thompson won't farm, though.
Yeah, I mean, why is this? Is this just down to the fact that 9 can do that much damage early on that Thompson has to be careful? Like, why does the Grim have the edge?
He can shove the wave in constantly is the important thing. Ranged hero that's just going to poke Thompson every time he walks up, and then boom, level 2 Stroke of Fate to nuke it in, and Thompson gets hit by it.
Damage for sure. How much?
The next label,
Tango fire. Does have the money for the bot.
Come!
Fighting fit lane. CS on the side lanes up top.
In the name of the king!
6-2 on Seb, so the fastest of starts here for Seb. Farm.
Yeah, Skeeter getting the Bracer finished up and also bringing out some extra Tango, so he's got this little bit of extra HP regen from the Bracer and the regen from the Tangos to be able to lane. Toxic does get a pull off because of the pressure. They're actually looking to get aggressive. They've skilled the Maledict, so they're actually looking to get some kills rather than play more of a sustained game, which, I mean, that's fine. They have a double stun lineup, double stun lane anyway. And 9, pretty much missing 0 last hits so far. I think he's only missed 2 at the moment.
He's down bottom. Try and find 33, but as soon as he's aware that they're getting aggressive, be able to continue to make that play as long as he has TPs at the ready. Only real stuff. Status actor still opting to just try and
this
stay up
time
here and get some sort of pressure to put onto Skeeter and face for Seb to farm a little bit better.
Now Fada's going to be able to pull the lane back slightly, not too much because it's a single pull. Now you just have to be careful on the Witch Doctor in particular, not to get caught out of position because he can die quite easily. Bottom. I think they did secure the big creep there. No-tail and mid one were able to take it away from the Viper.
Mid 9.
And mid Thompson is
He's got
almost
this.
going to die.
Only just able to keep him alive. Keep himself alive with that heal. As Thompson, he's going to have to... Cannot try for a 4-minute rune. Far too low for that one.
He got hit by some massive strokes. I think he misdodged one of them there earlier too. So he just got hit by like a 3 creep or 4 creep Stroke of Fate. So the damage is just insane how much it does go up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Far from nothing. I'm sure Thompson's going to have maybe a little bit of a smile on his face getting beaten by this. You know, pretty much the thing that he brought into favor in this patch is mid-Grim Stroke being used very well against him here.
The next label,
He knows how to play against it too. I was watching how he was going. Like he's trying to slide dodge it. He's using the Flame Guard and tanking it for the first hit bottom. So he will just be able to TP away, and that's Tombstone committed. But yeah, he's tried to play around it, but 9 has just done a great job of pressuring and stop canceling spells. He's doubled up the last hits of the Ember already.
As you say, he is barely missing any at all. Some of the cleanest farming we've seen in the mid lane on any hero for some time. Flawless moves to 9, dealing with every wave.
Bounty runes looks like it's gonna be, could be actually be 3 for the side of Tundra. Oh wow, Fada's actually, they placed the wards on top of each other inside the river. A little bit of the, not the most natural wards, but we've been seeing these more. That's top.
It's up!
Fada's hit.
You have
So he
done
tries to put
this
Saxer
kingdom
off
a
in case of Skeeter any further.
Skeeter's healing up and he's got a stun.
Ready?
But the Maledict ending,
Yeah.
Soxa just walks away.
Zero and might be here going on urgent, but just set up for 9. Come on in zone for now. Still a lot of damage
Gets
and
the
actually
silence
get
again.
the second silence. Nearly doing it here. Thompson is going for the rune and will be able to pick it up and himself out. Private. Not quite able to down.
Even committing to some bottom for an attempt at another kill, and they won't get it when Viper is away from the lane. And we did see these catapults, so it looks like 9 still has his catapult alive mid. So wondering if we see any type of collapse. I don't see rotations from the supports happening right now on the side of Tundra. So they're just going to leave him alone. And I mean, Thompson might commit onto him. Sox is actually going to port away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He tries to TP out of top. But it's put to a stop. Saxa will stop them from committing any further onto Seb. Bottom lane, they're going to try and get the kill again onto 33, but 33 and Viper are standing their ground. They're trying to turn towards mid one. 33 does fall. Viper will get mid one in return. He's also not quite able to roll out of there. No tail. Steps in position to block him off. A decay. Quite enough, though, as Viper will get out alive.
Saxa speeding for a courier.
Oh, no. Didn't want to take some tower hits, Rip.
Seb now level 6. They're going to look to press this tower. They've got the raffination.
Radiant
So big damage that
structures
can
are
kick in.
fortified.
They're going to launch it, and that's a good buy to a Witch Doctor. Peter?
Pitch there with the Raf. 33. Let's see if he can find Seb. Seb, he's out and away before Ski can get
Dire's
in
top
with the
tower
Ray
is
Fire
under
Blast.
attack.
Texa actually
Peter's still low.
They've got enough damage. No tail trying to step in. These zombies, they're doing it. The zombies are going to get him. The zombies get him. They take back their king. There's no tail. He should die for this one, but they got Skeeter out of there. Because at the same time, Thompson did die. Ended up going down to 9, so 9 getting that kill in the mid lane. No tail making space.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How did 9 get that kill?
I mean, I can only imagine he pulled off sort of the same combo that we saw earlier, but this time round, I guess Thompson didn't quite get the flame guard
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess this level 4
Radiant's
stroke of
middle
fate
tower
was way
is
too much
under
damage
attack.
once they caught him like once or twice through the creeps. But now we do see Tundra. They got it. They have to back away out of this top lane. We see the same build on the Wraith King from the game earlier.
Oh, talking about the same builds from the game earlier, dude. Check out mid one.
No,
Dire's
he's doing the
middle
Midas
tower
too, huh?
is under attack.
Brown boots Midas, baby. You thought he was rough on the. He's doing it on the drought. I mean, he smashed the game as the jug. Now doing it on a drought, I'd say that's a little harder. But well, let's see him do it.
Dire's
What if he
top
gets
tower has
hypothermia?
fallen.
The Ag Shard. But
Is it good?
I have no idea. I don't even. I
don't think he will. I don't think he will if he's going to.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe eventually. Is he actually going to get bots? I mean, imagine so, right? You know, he's not leveled up his boots.
No. He's actually going to live. 33 was getting a really nice wraparound on him. He got a good read. He'll be able to TP. I mean, this is the time to try stuff, and he's clearly trying.
What in the deciding game of the series? I love it.
Of course. You won't know it's good unless you're under the pressure.
Oh, look at it go!
You know, now I have it. He'll have
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Midas. Kill me. Some good tower pressure put on in the middle lane.
It can't be. I feel like they can't hemorrhage these towers. I actually want. I almost feel like I want 33 to show up and defend. Yeah, okay, he is. I was like, this Viper has to show up to all of these towers.
Thompson able to dodge the rolling boulder in time. Connection will still be on to no tail. The ult is pop. TP heading over for Bardock. Thompson continue to make some hits here. TD look at it go. 33. He'll fall. He's out of action. The magic though, and the poison damage killing Thompson. Thompson's probably going to pop here. Off to the side. Saxon comes in with the stun. 9 trapped in by the Sprout. Thompson is still alive. He did indeed avoid that final bit of damage with the timing of the remnant movement, making sure that tick came in whilst he was invulnerable.
I think at the end, the first tick, he also dodged a little bit of as well when he did like
Radiant's
the mini fire
bottom
remnant, and then he
tower is
saved
under
that
attack.
was a sick play by Thompson, keeping him alive. Very I'm 90% sure he dies to that mountain.
Absolutely.
That was huge, and so they do get the tower not denied either. Even with 33 showing up, he just dies. He just gets sprouted. Buys a quelling blade immediately afterwards now to prevent that from further happening, but damage is done. These towers are so important for the draft of Tundra to keep Skeeter protected so that he can actually sit in the jungle. And now I feel like this is where the game is really going to start to collapse. This is an OG comfortable draft where they're going to look to play really aggressive. This Wraith King can't be involved, so they're going to look to just pressure.
The spirit is
Fiverr, 100 now. They've got to keep preparations up for Saxa setting up like this across the map.
They're gonna go bottom now. There's a catapult already set up for here. Topson's already forcing the wave in. He's got his Mage Slayer queued up already on the Ember as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're gonna start to push, waiting for Seb to port down. He's going to now.
Warriors of the wood.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Having an AoE application with the Sleight of Fist, you don't get much better use out of it than that.
No, you do not. It seems really, and it's versus a lineup that's 90% magic damage besides the Wraith King, so it's gonna negate a lot of it and just protect him throughout most of these situations too.
Yeah.
As you see, look at OG persisting
Dire's
to just
middle
pressure and take
tower
this
is under
out.
attack.
Probably lose mid one, but
Oh, he found an invis, but they did have a dust.
Foundling's life is
Mid-one,
all a
he's
gift.
down and out.
Dire's
Midas is on
bottom
cooldown,
tower
so
is
he
under
wasn't too
attack.
disappointed.
33 bottom.
Diving in, Thompson attacks it. Got the stone connection. Starter TP's in. Thompson's already out of there. Cheetah. He's trying to go aggressive and onto Stab. Snowblind down onto the shield and Viper rolling over with the focus down. No tail. That's pretty beefy. They've got enough to kill him off. Maledict's down. They should be able to finish him. No tail will go down. Space effect. TP out. And you pop the reincarnate. Thompson being found by Viper with the connection of the rolling boulder and the silence. Thompson trying to get another remnant out. He's got another slight usage and the flame gun, but they have to change stuff.
Well, your spirit enters fire.
Thompson down.
Not bad. Not a bad hold. They do lose, of course, the tower and a couple of heroes with it, but they get to the big ones too. As
Mid one.
Mid
He's still trying to fight here. And he might just be able to do it. 33 is thinking about wrapping around from the side. 9 has the Ghost Scepter. He's out for Seb. He's looking to try and get a catch with the Sprout.
Set.
He's able to grab 9. 9 going immediately
my
to the
lines.
out, but they have to damage. 9 will fall. I mean,
Okay, now less good. They had a pretty decent hold there when they did kill mid one and get a couple trade kills, but now losing 9, that definitely gives the edge over to OG. As Saxa's nearly got a blink dagger since he survived these last few minutes. So for him, you know, he's gonna be able to pick and choose how he looks to initiate. And it's more collapsing items for OG, and that's really the problem for Tundra's this type of items.
You should have known better.
Quite a bit of damage.
He's gonna have a carapace.
That's true. Helps them up to turn and get a kill
Make
with
a
Seb.
fine humus.
And of course, you know, for mid-bomb, no surprises. It is indeed the same. If you go in Midas, you got to go all the way. You've got to get the bots. So I repeat your bot score from him on the jug in game 1. And I mean, if anything, the bots are even more valuable this game. It's going to just match the ability to join the rest of his teammates, like, you know, Nyx Assassin, Ember Spirit, Prophet. They're going to be looking for kills all across the map. So now it's going to be very easy for mid-one to get as involved as he was in game 1. Well, as we saw, he was just in all of the action.
And you're really fast, you know, like he can just avoid a lot of these spells and just stay in the back lines and stuff. I mean, sure, why not? He has, again, they have a tri-core, so you can't really say it's horrible if he's able to make it work.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As now Seb very close to having this Orchid, very powerful versus everybody on the side of Tundra. I like how he did the drum
Radiant's
this game
bottom
first, though. It's
tower
really
is
interesting
under
how
attack.
some games you have seen him just go straight Orchid. This game, you could tell, is about them wanting to group up and collapse and take the 3 towers early because they understand Tundra can't fight as 5. I love that he went for the drums this game to be able to go for that tower and team pressure.
Things are gearing up. It really is going to be a big test.
Yeah.
The rest of his was are falling up to the point where can he as a Wraith King carry against pretty farmed
Radiant
Ember,
are
Drought,
scanning.
and Prophet? It doesn't sound easy.
It really doesn't. It sounds like he's gonna get kited like crazy. The control, even the Tombstone too. Like Tombstone's gonna mess with him so much in the fight if he's not killed. So yeah, it really is, like we said, some big shoes for him to try to fill this game. Seb, he's got the Orchid. He's TPing only a couple of yards right now, but trying to find the positioning with that ward.
Set up
Radiant's
33.
middle tower is under attack.
Still able to find follow-up stun. Viper trying to help out despite Carapace is out immediately. Take out 33, now they'll turn their attentions over towards Viper.
Must end.
Able to roll away.
With me.
Will manage
Radiant
to escape, but again, it's
structures are
just sort of
fortified.
Tundra having to run from OG. even with sort of this, the mid-grim, 9 wants to be pretty active. He doesn't want to play this sort of passive game. He knows he's going to be punished, but
Radiant's
struggling
middle
to really
tower
find
has been
himself
denied.
in the right place at the right time. And now, against them, he's able to catch him out. Time for the TP away. And they're able to put a stop to it as 9 changed up and taken out. We're seeing 5 to 33 go down. We're seeing 9 go down in the Grimstroke. These two are just going to have a really tough game on their hands with the heroes they've got.
Yeah, it's really going to be Skeeter versus the world, as 3 carries that are pretty decent also versus the Wraith King to be able to play around it when they do have this lead. Saxa, he's just giving information with the Vendetta. He scouts out the courier. He will see that the relic has been delivered. And yeah, be Roche now for OG with a snowball draft.
If he was able to get that hit on the courier, that would be and as he ends up going down here.
Roshan has fallen to the
Of
Radiant.
course, happy with that. Find that age tops.
Skeeter makes sure he gets the last hit. All the gold has to go to him. It's really just everything on him and how he can somehow hold the game together for his team. Because yeah, map control is fully lost, and their lanes are going to constantly being shoved in. And with these boots of travel, I mean, I really don't want to give mid one credit for the boots of travel, but I will. They're going to be able to just keep these lanes always forced in, and it's going to be them, OG, picking their fights wherever they want every time. It's going to be always Tundra running after these waves, looking to bail themselves out of this weird map pressure. Yeah, going to give OG just great ways to pick fights, especially with the Nyx. So hug the triangle, protect Skeeter until he has Radiance and he can actually join you in the fights, which he's about to have.
Does do you imagine just the Radiance burn damage count?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mine set up. That's actually get that two of them with the Viper strike. Still burn. So is Nightale. They're already fighting out that they don't feel that they can do this a second time. They're just trying to run. Fodder, link up to by the Sprout. Toxins straight away chasing him down. Skeeter, he's looking to try and help out here. But he cannot stay Fodder. Maybe he get the kill. The Phantom's Embrace down onto Thompson. Thompson being focused. And he's down. They've lost him a second time. Thompson will fall. He's actually trying to charge him. Viper still trapped by the Sprout, but he's able to make it out. Now Step's pushed in too far. Step down, Step. They've taken down 3 of them. They're going to find Saxtra as well here. The vision's out, they nuke him down. OG pushing a little too far. And some big kills for Tundra to find, especially considering that was the Aegis movement from OG.
That's huge. All of them turn up and they actually they put Skater in a good position to turn up with a fresh Radiance and a buyback, of course, from Fodder to get a little bit of cleanup kills. OG pushing their limits a bit too far there. And as to your question, I would imagine it does, but I'm not 100% sure. Because it puts the debuff on the hero, so I imagine it does affect.
Oh, because it says spell damage.
It does say spell damage.
I'm glad they did something.
Because I feel maybe it isn't. I'm an evil one.
I've not been seeing people too. I play a ton, like, no one's building mage layers. I actually have not gotten to see too many of how it works entirely.
Honestly, I think it's worth building just for the cool.
I mean, it's a really good item for sure in a lot of games.
Cool. It's all about. So that's why top. Just likes to call it purple wall.
I'd imagine it works on the hero
Radiant's
spells
bottom
because
tower is under
it's
attack.
a spell that's coming off of the hero. I'm gonna say yes, like 99%. And they're smoking up. They've got this Radiance. Do they have the E-Blade is coming out on the courier right now for the Grimstroke. It's not gonna be there just yet, but soon.
Nothing's up. On the note out. The Silas Towers, the 2 of them here. 9 controlling both Thompson and Saxon from the side into the E-Blade. Fiver committing in. Skeeter's been able to
Radiant's
have time to close the
bottom
gap.
tower
He's
is under
looking for
attack.
Thompson. Lays down the stun. They've got the chain control it by the looks of it. Isn't enough. Trying to get out with the slight. Will manage to step out of range of the ink swell. But Fiver and Skeeter, they continue to chase. They're onto Thompson once more. He's got an upper end now, but Fiver's in the rolling boulder. They're doing it again here, Tundra.
Dire's
They're taking
top
out 3
tower
of
is
them.
under attack.
OG, again, just losing these fights. Tundra are doing it. They're holding OG off, and they're turning this around.
Just a phenomenal team play by Tundra. Again, they go together. They instantly catch No Tail. They kill the tombstone within a fraction of seconds, and then they get a good positioning for the fight. They all just leading the charge around Skeeter. I mean, Skeeter, yep, it's working. He's now number one net worth. He's doing it.
I mean, what is it sort of from OG's movements there that are sort of causing them to have these struggles, despite the fact that, you know, as a whole, they were further ahead as their 3 cores. Now that the gap's definitely starting to shrink. I mean, what's sort of going so wrong for them there?
I mean, that one, they literally just lost one of their biggest team fighters in the game. They lost No-Tail right in the front of everything. He got
Radiant's
the
bottom
dead.
tower
So they're
is
playing
under
4v5,
attack.
and it's 3v5 because 70 can TP into the fight as well too. So then
Dire
it was just
are
Tundra picking
scanning.
and choosing their targets perfectly. They saw everything in that fight.
Dire's
Even though
top
OG was the
tower
one with
is
that
under
ward,
attack.
they literally were just walking at them during the daytime vision, so they saw all the rest of the heroes.
Captured in the face.
Oh, they're trying to bait. Ah, but Viper can't quite get the angle. They tried to let him have it and then see if they could get the connection over to the side. They're going in onto Saxa. Saxa gets the 2-man impale off. Soulbind controlling No Tail and Tundra for
Dire's
now.
bottom tower
And from the
is under
side, Midway's
attack.
able to find the wraparound. Shoot down Viper with the multi shot. Gust out onto the 3 of them. Saxa steps across to sprout it up. Farter as he's out and down. The split apart for Thompson. He's getting focused by Skeeter and 9. Thompson, he's got almost started 50 deaths. Decided to taking him out. Skeeter, can he continue to fight this? He's still got the reincarnate to rely on, but they're down to just the last 2 of them. It's only 9. And Skeeter left alive. Looks like Skeeter will let 9 go. He bails off, leaves 9 behind. This time, OG will manage to find the team fight victory.
Rangers.
Much better angle of approach and much better way to start it off. Saxa actually gets a decent stun off onto 2 heroes. They get mid one from
Dire's middle
this
tower
bizarre
is
angle
under
of
attack.
approach, wrapping around the supports. Great 3-man silence
Dire's
from him.
structures
And
are
Thompson's just distracting
fortified.
during all of it. So this time, OG actually comes out way ahead because of that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Quickly, Tundra wants to hit back. Start to respawn. Skeeter's going to want to get his BKB done. Super confident getting in on this fight, Piper. Found Saxa. Buying time for Skeeter to close in. Stun is out. Again, this control from Viper doing an excellent job of just handing the kills to Skeeter.
Very nice. Keeping their triangle protected, even though there's still that obvious sentry on the high ground from OG. They're going to know it's there because of the bounces from the Wrath as I'm saying it. So they'll be able to get that D ward very quickly soon.
Invisibility.
Here. BKB and the Hyperstone now finished, and looks like he's going straight for Bloodthorn. Okay. Just wanting to, you know, make it so his whole team doesn't have to worry about the Radiance miss. That could be pretty nice to focus fire.
Dire's top
halfway
tower
there.
is under attack.
Yes.
Hard for him to fight, get in the midst of these fights.
Dire's top
Unless
tower
they're really
has been denied.
perfect set silence with 9 onto the
Yeah, it all depends on how they start the fight. It's really so important. Like if 33 is too far out of
Radiant
position,
are scanning.
this Viper, you know, Viper is a very mobile hero. If he gets caught on the front lines, it could prove disaster. It has to be Tundra kind of starting and dictating the fight, having a sentry and obs down so they can see the next approaching, at least from some time.
Warriors of the wood. The seeds of
He's
fortune.
got the Bloodthorn and level 18. A very strong Nature's Prophet right now.
I mean, is he sort of just hoping to find 9 before 9 gets his combo off? I mean, green catch.
He can target any of the 3 squishies in particular, right? The Grim, the Witch Doctor, the Earth Spirit, depending on when they've used their, you know, used their load or based on their positioning. Like if 9 uses E-Blade aggressively, he's got no defense.
Oh, they get the opening. Boulder into the Inkswell. They're still able to find the opportunity to pop the BKB. Turns over towards Viper. Viper's going to go down for sure as the rest of Tundra are desperately on the escape. 9. 3 feet of the capture.
The revenants of my people
9 also to
wash
fall.
over
That connected on him in the middle of 5 creeps. How unfortunate for 9. An excellent play.
Radiant's
Placement though
middle
by
tower
Thompson
is under attack.
for that remnant.
Sparta. Look at it go! He's coming out. They know there's no BKB on steps. They're getting cocky. He pushes too far. He was pushing on. I mean, I guess he felt he had backup nearby.
I think he thought he had his team closer to him.
I mean, they're closing now, Skeeter.
He's getting meta.
Oh, he's not got enough mana for reincarnate.
Many a grave is
The
hidden
2
in
mana
these
burns for
woods.
Saxa. It does it. It does it. He is down.
All right, well, I mean, now for Seb, it actually turns out to be a little.
Yeah, that's all right. No part of the plan.
All part of the plan. These mana burns, something we didn't really touch on too much, but this is what we.
They're in the roll. He needs help and he needs it now, but the silence and the Viper Strike. He's just gone. It's too much damage. Another more Saxa. Another roll through from Viper. Everyone's trying to help out from the side. The multi
Dyer's
shot
top
coming
tower
out
is
as
under
he heads
attack.
towards 33. 33 will fall. One getting one of these and the rest of them out of there.
Dyer's bottom
Not
tower
bad
is
moves
under
at all.
attack.
I mean, we're really seeing some great jumps from Viper. You know, he is not holding back. He sees an opportunity. He is straight in on top of them with the rolling boulder.
Yeah, and we're seeing just these. I mean, some strange kind of corp kill placements, right? That Furion dies top, then Wraith King dies up there, then Thompson dies bottom river, and then the Viper dies afterwards. So these cores trading their lives for each other. Still really feeling like Skeeter. I mean, he was dead for a very long time. It's going to give OG that time to catch up and farm versus him in particular, and just increase the gap between the rest of the heroes. The Grimstroke and the Viper still really falling behind, and really is just a lot on Skeeter. Still at this point.
Mid-board now, he's had a smile ever since he Midas this.
I think he's had a smile since the moment the first game started in this series, and he's just thinking of all these wacky builds.
I guarantee if we get him on, if they do win this game, he comes on for the interview, he'll probably tell us that he didn't like the build. He did when he did the Mage Slayer and we asked him about it. He was like, I did a terrible build.
I mean, Midwin just gets, I feel like he gets into a mentality and he just does what he's doing. Like, remember when he was going through his Dagon phase and he built Dagon on every hero? Now it's just the Midas bots.
Wait, what heroes did he use to buy Dagon on?
I don't think it was actually in officials, but it was in pubs. He literally went like 800 games only building Dagon. First item on every hero.
Is he okay? Sounds
I don't know.
wild. It sounds great.
Into Roche with the Undying ult. More than enough damage. Oh, they even got the impeding corruption.
Roshan has fallen to the Wraith.
Plus that Undying ult, easy.
Move, Tundra, prepared to deal with the Sages.
The next label play. The next label play.
Still wondering how 9 protects himself. I see he's got the blink Q. That'll be nice. They're so frail. It really is just looking like they're getting squishier and squishier, and the side of OG is just getting like they're stronger and stronger with their damage. Skeeter really gonna need this AC to protect himself and his squishy teammates. He's just finished the BKB before it, so it's gonna take some time. OG's not gonna give him the time with this Aegis cheese. They're gonna start forcing. Tombstone on the high ground for vision.
Straight away, starting to poke at the
Dyer's
base.
structures
What
are
can
fortified.
Tundra do here?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Stone lane down on the front. A vision going, so Midmon can continue to siege from the low ground.
A tool to
How do they start this? He's out to turn them. Saxa is in the impale already. Quickly shooting down bottom. Midmon gets the kill. Over towards Live Reviver. Tried to start something, but this aggressive roll down to the low ground. The Toxin's able to put a stop to his escape. Two dead. We both have buyback.
The seeds of fortune.
Continue to push steps to take the time to pull it out. Get the bound. Skeeter's in the jump. Comes up to the back lines. Goes and gets no-tail straight away. Now with the BKB's popped, he turns to commit towards Midwon. Midwon trying to run with the BKB, of course, does still have the cheese. Skeeter, can he close in any closer? He cannot. The turnaround there. He has got the Ag shot though, so he's guaranteed back for a second round. And in he goes. Another blink over towards the back lines. He's found Midwon. Midwon, can he get the cheese up in time? He can. Cheese popped. Midwon back up to full HP. Saxa with the control with the spike campers into the impale. They fight up Skeeter. They turn. Midwon shoots him down from a distance. The Skeeter's down for 80 seconds. OG continue to have the full lineup. Alive as Saxa, he's diving in, so set. TP's in behind the tower. Look on into the ground. 1 to 9. Fada to fall.
Dire's
The
top
buyback's
tower
coming
is
out,
under
but Steeda
attack.
and Fada, they are
Dire's
out
top
of the
tower
game
has
for
fallen.
over a minute. It's going to be down to just the three of them to try and push back OG, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so.
Has
Top
fallen.
racks are taken. There are
Dire's
still
top
tier
barracks
2s
are
in
under
the other
attack.
two
Dire's
lanes,
top
though, so they
barracks has
won't lose
fallen.
anything extra on the high ground quite yet. They'll get a bit
But
of
so
breathing
much
room.
damage. They're even jumping into the carapace.
He is. As soon as that poison was down, Caxter didn't miss a beat with the jump forward to set things up onto 33.
And it's so much time that the Wraith Kings just spent dead, where everyone on the side of OG gets this farm and they continue pressuring. This was Tundra. They saw the Nature's Prophet TP to the jungle bottom
Dire's
side
middle tower
around their
has
ancients. So I
fallen.
think that was then they all bought back and they tried to make
Dire's
the go,
middle
but
tower
it actually
is
put them
under
into
attack.
a pretty rough position. And they
It's
couldn't get
keeping
the
in.
immediate grab.
It's keeping in past tier 4s. He's getting kicked over towards the fountain.
Dire's middle
He's got the
barracks are under
BKB. He's going to be
attack.
fine. They turn. They're going to impale onto two of them. Stacks him with a backup 9. He's trying to get into the fountain away from Steph, but Steph just beats him down. The right click's
Dire's
too much.
middle
The
barracks
space is made
has
for the tier
fallen.
2s and the racks to go down mid. And there we have it. They'll tap themselves out of this as OG will take game 3. And with that, the series is theirs.
OG
They
victory.
tried their best to hold on and rally around Skeeter, but all 3 of OG's cores just getting out of hand. And 9 on the Grim, 33 on the Viper. They just couldn't keep up at all.
Yeah, this was. I mean, this was just OG playing their usual style. I think this was Mem back to their normal, putting Seb on the Nature's Prophet, which was available every game, just putting themselves in a normal position.